Today, we're digging into a really powerful animated story. It's about how easily our faith can get twisted when we're scared and desperate. It's a modern cautionary tale for sure, and it forces us to look at the shadows that can hide behind spiritual promises. So, let's get right into it.
So this is really the question at the heart of the whole story. I mean, think about it. When you're absolutely desperate for a miracle, how do you even know if you're reaching for a lifeline or just walking straight into a trap? That's the really fine line we're going to explore. Okay, so let's meet the man at the center of all this. His name is Ahmed, a father whose life is pretty normal, pretty stable, until it isn't. A strange illness hits his daughter, and suddenly he's on this desperate, frantic search for a cure. Just try to imagine this for a second. Your young daughter, Aisha, she's burning up with a fever. So you take her to every doctor you can find. You try every single medicine they give you, but nothing works. In fact, she's not getting better, she's getting weaker, just kind of fading away right in front of you. I mean, that is the absolute nightmare Ahmed is living. So Ahmed has run out of medical options. He is at the end of his rope. And then a friend suggests something totally different. Hey, he says, go visit this spiritual elder, Pir Fatah Muhammad. He's known for making these protective amulets, these tawis. And for a dad who is just desperate, this feels like the last and only hope he has left.
So Ahmed goes to the Pir, obviously hoping for a miracle. But the cure he's offered, well, it's not a simple fix. It's really just the beginning of this devastating cycle of false hope, a cycle that's going to prey on his desperation and just drain his family of everything they have. And the Pir, he doesn't need any medical tests, no exams. Nope, he has an instant diagnosis. It's not a virus, he says. It's the evil eye, a very strong one. And, how convenient, he positions himself as the only person with the power to fight it. And the weapon? A special, very expensive amulet, of course. And right here, this is the trap in action. It's a vicious loop. Look at it. Step 1, Ahmed pays the Pir. Step 2, he puts the amulet on his daughter. But then, step 3 happens. Aisha gets even sicker. And that rising panic, it doesn't make him question the Pir. No way. It just convinces him that the evil eye must be even stronger than he thought, which sends him right back to step 4, running back to the source of the problem for an even more powerful, and you guessed it, more expensive solution.
And the financial cost just becomes staggering. We're talking thousands upon thousands of rupees poured into these things that do absolutely nothing. He's draining every single resource his family has. He thinks he's paying for a cure, but all he's really buying is more suffering and a whole lot of debt.
Right when Ahmed is totally caught in this web, a new voice of reason shows up. His friend Faisal sees exactly what's going on. He gives him this really blunt warning. These people are looters, and he points him down a totally different path. Forget the Pir, go to the city and see a genuine religious scholar, a man named Maulana Hamza.
And this trip to the city, this is where everything changes. This is the climax of the story. It's where the horrifying truth, which has been hiding in plain sight the whole time, is finally going to come out.
So, Ahmed takes this whole collection of expensive amulets to Maulana Hamza. The scholar, he's very careful. He opens them up one by one, and what he finds inside? Well, it wasn't written to heal anyone. It was written to cause harm.
You can just imagine the Maulana's reaction. First, he's just shocked. Then he's angry. And his words, they just shatter Ahmed's world. These aren't amulets. This is magic. All those objects of hope, those supposed shields of protection, they were never what they seemed. They were instruments of black magic.
And the details are just chilling. Instead of sacred verses from the Quran, these things were filled with satanic symbols, numbers used in sorcery, even the various names of Satan. The deception was total. The very objects meant to protect Aisha were actually designed to keep her sick, to make sure her father would keep coming back and keep paying. So the story really sets up this stark choice, this massive contrast between two kinds of spiritual guides. On one side, you have the Pir. He uses deception, he profits from fear, and his whole game is to create dependency. Then on the other side, you have the Maulana, who uses genuine faith to actually empower and heal people, and he offers his help for free. It's the difference between exploitation and real guidance. And here's the crucial point. The real cure wasn't some good magic amulet to fight the bad one. No, it was getting rid of these objects completely and returning to pure, direct faith. Prayers, reciting scripture, and using water that was blessed by those recitations. Simple, direct faith.
Okay, so Aisha is now on the road to recovery. The story is moving towards its resolution. But it's not just about exposing a con man, it's about confronting the source of this darkness and really understanding the deeper lessons here.
And this is where we get a really fascinating twist. When Ahmed and the Molana confront the peer, he doesn't just deny it, he completely breaks down. He confesses that he himself is a puppet, that he's being controlled by a powerful magic amulet that was forced on him years ago.
So in this really powerful moment, they all burn the cursed object that controlled the peer. And as it turns to ash, he's freed from its influence. He immediately repents for all the terrible harm he's caused. It just goes to show that even the villain here was a victim in some bigger, darker game.
And this all leads to a really key theological idea at the heart of the story, the concept of mushrik. And as the story defines it, this isn't about being evil. It's about misplacing your faith. It's about relying on a physical object for protection instead of putting your trust directly in God.
So what are we supposed to take away from all this? Well, the story makes it pretty clear. It's a huge warning to always question the source of spiritual guidance. It's a reminder that true piety doesn't come with a price tag, and that real protection is found in faith, not in objects that can be so easily corrupted.
In the end, this animated tale is a really powerful allegory, isn't it? It kind of forces us to ask ourselves, in our own moments of desperation, when our deepest faith and our greatest fears are at war, how do we make sure we don't fall for someone who wants to exploit that conflict? Where do we draw the line between seeking help and just giving our power away?